Michael Jackson, the official trailer was released yesterday. I've already decoded it. I had the decode before I even knew this trailer was being released for a set release date in theaters for April 24th, 2026. Michael, the official teaser. So this is the 1286 decode. This is going to be the first time you've ever heard of this number. Joseph, Cody, Derek, and Zach have never mentioned it or had it on their radar, but I'm going to predict that it will be taken and they'll have to use it. So I can now predict the future and tell you what all these other decoding channels are going to be decoding in the future. This is absolutely incredible. Just like I told you with the 666 months from fake moon landing to Trump's inauguration to the 1086 Large Hadron Collider to the 1260. I've been on point 3 for 3 now, and I've got more predictions to predict what these other channels are going to be sharing. So Michael, the official teaser. Michael Jackson, close friends with Donald Trump. So there's Michael, there's Donald, the current president, seventh king, Trump, Michael Jackson, king of pop. So two kings, right? So a lot of Michael Jackson's songs, especially the most popular ones, are all coded for the Beast system. You Are Not Alone equals 1086. Man in the Mirror equals 1050, 1218, and 1286. Michael Jackson equals 744 in two ciphers, English and Satanic. Michael Jackson equals 614, which is the birth date of Donald Trump, June 14th. Dirty Diana equals 630 and 923. And Thriller equals 322 for the Order of the Skull and Bones. Remember the Time equals 744. So 744's 630, 923 is going to be right here. So we've had these numbers done from a long time now with Charlie Kirk. So 923 was the Feast of Trumpets, rapture date, September 23rd. I said it was not going to be the rapture. No one knows the day or hour. I said it would be the revealing of the Antichrist. So on September 23rd, which is Feast of Trumpets 923, or Antichrist revealed 923, rapture of a Christian was 923, and the seventh King Trump 923. What happened on 923? Donald Trump, or Antichrist Trump, equals 1254, went to the United Nations on September 23rd, which fell 1254 weeks after 9/11. Donald Trump calm before the storm, 1254. He criticized the United Nations. So 744 is the man of sin, father of lies, and 744 written out equals 1254 for a full circle connection. So now we have Michael Jackson, the trailer for the movie that's releasing on April 24th, which is 424. So Canada Becomes America is 424, Burn in Hell 424, Fallen Angel Genetics 424. More 744s for Judgment Day, Death Penalty, Rapturing, Father of Lies, Tower of Babel, Out of Time, The End of Time. And we have all these same decodes with Michael Jackson equaling 744. Remember the time equals 744. I'll Be There, 1044. I'll Be There is also 666. He made this song when he was still a kid in the Jackson 5. Smooth Criminal is 1254 and 1014. Billie Jean is 474. So with 1286, so keep in mind the official teaser. Where did I put the release date? Did I move it off already? Anyway, it's being released April 24th. So Man in the Mirror equals 3 decodes. So this is the song of choice now. So Man in the Mirror equals 1050, 1218, and 1286. So here on June 18th, 2018, Donald Trump was featured on the cover of Time magazine looking at himself in the mirror, the man in the mirror. King me, visions of absolute power. Trump versus the Constitution. So there he is looking at himself in the mirror as a king. So Trump tribulation equals 1218, because Trump is the current sitting president, the seventh king of Revelation. Artificial intelligence. What did Trump do on his first day back in office, 666 months after the fake moon landing? He had Larry Ellison, Sam Altman, all the AI CEOs to invest money for AI infrastructure to make sure America is the leading powerhouse in AI. Digital salvation is 1050. So man in the mirror 1050, man in the mirror 1218, and man in the mirror 1286. So 1286 weeks now from September 11th, 2001 falls on Tuesday, May 5th, 2026, which is coming up in 7 months' time. That's Cinco de Mayo. So we've already shared the 1140, and I told you it would be popping up, and it popped up with Cinco de Mayo equals 1140. So the 1140 equals the United States, Synagogue of Satan, the Four Horsemen is 1140. King Charles is also 1140, Apollo 11 and digital money all equal 1140. And the 1286 is zombie apocalypse. Zombie apocalypse is also order out of chaos. And then we have Babylonian symbolism, such as the symbolism that's in all of Michael's videos, especially this one here from the Jacksons in 1978. I believe this was released. And yeah, so let me so I shared this okay, I'll bring it up quickly again to show the kinds of signs and symbolism in Michael Jackson's videos. Did I take it down? I did. Hold on. Okay, the Jacksons, Can You Feel It? So make sure it's muted, make sure it's slowed down. And then we're going to show the unbelievable symbolism that took place in this video. So this is the music video for Can You Feel It? Featuring Michael Jackson and his brothers, the Jacksons. Does it show the year? I'm going to quickly just find the year because I believe it was 1978, but I just want to be sure. Can you feel it? So it says recorded March 1980. So it says 1980. So it's not the 70s. So it was released 1980 by the Jacksons. All right. So now we have that date there. Can you see the video? Watch this symbolism. I shared it in the Bo Bichette video, but I wanted to do a separate video for the Michael Decode by itself. So as you see here, Michael is raising up. So remember, this is right before he goes solo, becomes the biggest artist, musician, dancer on earth, right? So he's still part of the Jackson 5, which changed its name to the Jacksons. So this is like, what? This is 3-4 years before he releases Off the Wall, Billie Jean, Bad album, like before Thriller. This was like what took place right before he went down that epic path and road to the King of Pop stardom. So as he's leaving now the Jackson 5 with his brothers and going solo, this is one of the last songs that was big before he released Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. So look, we have an arch, which is in representation of the firmament, the dome that is above the earth. Notice how it's got the rainbow coloring in it. And remember, Michael Jackson, from the moment he left Motown, was controlled by the JEWS for the rest of his career, the Synagogue of Satan, the Great Flood Rebellion. So here they are giving the firmament to Michael Jackson for him to raise it up above the earth as his brothers point and the fans, everyone's looking like it's the most epic thing going on. Look at the surprise, the shock, the awe. They're like, whoa, a king is being born right now. They're like, look at this. He's in the sky. Like, look at this. It's very biblical and blasphemous, right? The way everyone's in shock and awe. They're removing their hats. They're watching Michael Jackson. Look, he's on fire. And he is tearing apart the firmament. So he is breaking open the firmament. And as he breaks open the firmament, what comes rushing in? The flood waters. Unbelievable. Can you believe what we are witnessing here with these decodes? The absolute best on earth right now. I cannot believe it. This is insane. You will not see this anywhere else. It's all my methods. You'll see everyone using my methods of decoding and how I used the September 11th, which was all done by me years and years and years in advance. So we've got the Michael Jackson decode with Trump and all the codings of the songs, the dates, Cinco de Mayo. So Cinco de Mayo. Okay, quickly, let me bring up some stuff on Cinco de Mayo because this is very important. Because it's like, I know Mexico does Dia de la Muerta, the Day of the Dead. Didn't that just happen? I'm not too sure, but I'm just trying to find some more connections quickly to add to this incredible decode already with Michael Jackson, with his trailer just launching yesterday, all by the numbers, all by the dates, the design. Remember, we're in the 1260 weeks from 9/11, which began on November 4th. So we're still in the 1260 weeks from 9/11, and now we have Michael Jackson releasing the trailer for his upcoming movie that will be released on April 24th for your 424. I want to bring that back up. I don't know why I took it down. So here it is in cinemas and IMAX, April 24th, the 424. So the 1218, again, the 1050. Let me just see what other decodes. So now the Michael Jackson decode's out the way. How long did it take to do that? About 10 minutes. Great. So let me see what we can go through now. We've done the Toronto Blue Jays. The 1104 decode is the next big one. Trust me, these guys cannot do and go through their decodes and try to prove Bible prophecy without the 1104, because it is the hell, the Antichrist, and slave of Satan decode. So we got the 1050 and the 1098. 1254, we discovered that too. What we know about the suspect. So again, from Irina Zarutska to Thomas Jacob Sanford to AI New World Order, a digital Antichrist. We've got this. I know what I have. I knew what I had with the 1254, with the 1260. Now I know what I have with the 1104, the 1404. Unbelievable. We are knocking each and every one of these decodes out of the park. Unbelievable. Captain Kirk 1104, as in the days of Noah. So these are irrefutable decodes. and we were the first to discover them and have them here. They will be showing up on everyone else's life. I promise and can assure you of that. Unbelievable. The 1260 for Toronto, Canada. Like the Alejandro Kirk, the 1044. We've decoded all of the Blue Jays. There's the 1404 decode. So quickly, oh yeah, we've got some more connections to the 1286. So the First Lady, Melania Trump, equals 1286. So Melania Trump, born Sunday, April 26, 1970, to today's date, is currently in the 666 months of age, or has already lived 66 months and is now in the 667th month. But either way, Melania Trump is now 666 months of age since birth. The man in the mirror is Antichrist Donald John Trump. The man in the mirror. Give me a second. I think there was another decode. I'm just going to do it now quickly. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Let me make sure that didn't equal anything that I missed. What can you see on the screen? Okay, you can see the slide. So First Lady Melania Trump is 1286. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. (2025). Oh boy. Okay, so I'm starting with the man in the mirror, which is one of the song lyrics from the song Man in the Mirror, equals 2025. So this song came out in the 80s. So when you add that lyric, I'm starting with the man in the mirror, it equals 2025, which is this year's year, 2025. The year that Trump was inaugurated back into office. For Trump tribulation equals man in the mirror. Artificial intelligence equals man in the mirror. Digital salvation equals man in the mirror. Man in the mirror equals First Lady Melania Trump, 1286. Are you not seeing how this decode is absolutely insane? And how everything I told you would kick off on November the 4th, 2025, because it fell 1260 weeks after 9/11? There's my decode. We did it. So on November 4th fell 1260 weeks after 9/11 and 1260 days after Robb Elementary. And September 11th obviously equals 1260. Don't worry, I got more decodes. I need to cover them all because the snakes are out stealing them all. Joseph, Derek, Cody, these two faceless cowards stealing my decodes. So we're on to them. We got the 3-eye Atlas decode. I told you Atlas was going to be the name of choice for everything. We've called it right. So we've got the Atlas from the movie, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. We've got the comet named Atlas, and we have the artificial intelligence browser named Atlas. So we got the 217. So now 3-eye Atlas, which equals 217. I'm going to show you again why the 217 is important, because I have a new decode, the Jesus Christ decode. So Jesus Christ equals 1275. From September 11, 2001, 1275 weeks from that date falls Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. That is the second month, the 17th day of the second month. Jesus Christ also equals 1316, as in Revelation 13:16, Mark of the Beast decode. February the 17th happens to be Chinese New Year. So it's the end of the year of the snake. And the new year will go from February 17th, 2026 through to Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026 for Chinese New Year. So the year of the snake ends February 17th, which happens to be 1275 weeks after September 11th, which equals Jesus Christ. Genesis 7:11, in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the second month. So it says the second month, the 17th day of the second month. The same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. So this is my great flood decode from like back in the beginning of the year. This is the decode that made Joseph have an aneurysm because he thought he was the chosen one and was supposed to be blessed by getting these decodes, but instead he's just a follower. He's a sodomite that just creeps and copies and repackages and reshares people's work. So he was blown away by the 1656 Great Flood decode because I absolutely blew this one away. I discovered the actual date of the Great Flood, which happened to fall on Wednesday, May 17th. So the Bible in 7:11 Genesis says that it was the 17th day of the second month. So right now in our current calendar, which is fate, says that February is the second month. But back then, February was not the second month. May is the second month. April is the first month of the year. May is the second month. And each month has 28 days. There's a month between June and July called Sol, the 13th month. So Wednesday, May 17th equals 1656, which is the year of the Great Flood. A World Health Organization equals 1656. Donald John Trump, President of the United States, 1656. Elvis Aaron Presley, 1656. And now we have another 217. So the year of the snake ends on the 17th day of the second month, which falls 1275 weeks from September 11th, and 1275 is Jesus Christ. February 17th, 2026. So we have another decode, another date. Everything is happening and falling into place and being exposed.